You are 34 years old. You have $387,000 invested. Your cousin makes more money than you. He owns a luxury SUV, a designer watch, and a house full of things he barely uses. His checking account has $2,400. The difference isn't income. The difference isn't intelligence. The difference is that 11 years ago, you made a decision nobody respected, and then you kept making it, every single day. You are 23. A hot Saturday afternoon. The bank account on your phone says $12,800. It's the most money you've ever had. Most people would celebrate. You feel pressure. Pressure to prove you've made it. Pressure to look successful. Pressure to become the person everyone expected. That evening, your friends pull into a restaurant parking lot. A new Mustang. A black BMW. A lifted truck with wheels worth more than your monthly rent. One of them looks at your old Honda. He laughs. Bro, when are you upgrading? Everyone laughs. You laugh too, but on the drive home, the question follows you. When are you upgrading? At a red light, you stare at the cracked dashboard. The car starts every morning. The AC works. The radio works. Nothing is wrong with it, except the way people see it. That night, you sit at your kitchen table. You open a calculator. You compare two futures. Future number 1, a $650 monthly car payment. Future number 2, investing $650 every month. The difference after 10 years makes your stomach tighten. You close the calculator. You choose future number 2. Nobody knows. Nobody celebrates. Nobody congratulates you. The next morning, life continues. The car is still the car. You are 24. Your friends are upgrading. One buys a luxury SUV. Another leases a sports car. Social media is full of smiling faces standing beside expensive machines. You begin wondering if you're making a mistake. Maybe they're right. Maybe you're too careful. Maybe you're missing out. One Friday after work, you walk through a dealership. You don't need a car. You just want to look. The smell hits first. New leather. New plastic. New money. The salesman is friendly. He asks about your job. He asks about your income. He says you qualify. He says the payment is manageable. He says everybody deserves something nice. For 20 minutes, you imagine a different version of your life. A better version. A more impressive version. You almost sign. Then the salesman leaves to print paperwork. You stare through the glass window. A mechanic is changing tires behind the building. Grease on his hands. Sweat on his shirt. Working late, you don't know why. But suddenly the excitement disappears. You stand up. You thank the salesman. You leave. Driving home in your old Honda feels like defeat. But something inside you feels strangely calm. The car is still the car. You are 25. Your cousin buys a luxury SUV. The family loves it. At every gathering, people walk outside to admire it. The paint, the wheels, the giant screen. Everyone talks about it. Nobody talks about investing. Nobody gathers around a retirement account. Nobody admires compound interest. Success that can be seen always attracts more attention than success that can't. You learn this lesson slowly. At dinner, your aunt asks when you're buying something nicer. You shrug. She looks concerned. People always mistake restraint for struggle. The conversation moves on. But the comment stays with you. That night, you transfer another $650 into investments. The account grows. Nobody notices. The car is still the car. You are 27. The market crashes. News channels scream. Experts panic. Friends stop investing. Some sell everything. Your account drops faster than you thought possible. Years of gains disappear. One morning you open your app. You are down more money than your first annual salary. Your chest tightens. For the first time, you understand fear. Real fear. The kind that makes people abandon plans. You call an older coworker. His name is David. David retired at 52. You ask if you should stop investing. David laughs. Not a cruel laugh. A calm laugh. The laugh of someone who has seen this before. David says, "Do you know what wealthy people buy during a sale?" You say no. David says, "More." Then he hangs up. You sit at your desk. You think about that sentence all day. That evening you invest again. The market falls more. You invest again. The market falls more. You invest again. Nobody thinks you're smart. Years later, everyone will. The car is still the car. You are 29. The Honda has 148,000 miles. The paint is fading. The seats are worn. Your coworkers assume you're broke. One day, a new employee offers you advice. She says she knows a dealership with good financing options. You thank her. You don't explain. Because explaining never works. People hear your car. They don't hear your balance sheet. A few weeks later, your investments cross $100,000. You celebrate alone. A pizza. A movie. An early night. Nobody posts congratulations. Nobody throws a party. but you remember every second, because the first $100,000 feels different. Like pushing a giant boulder uphill. After that, something changes. The boulder starts helping. The account begins growing without your help. You finally understand why wealthy people seem calm. Their money has employees. The car is still the car. You are 31. Your cousin calls. He sounds stressed. His voice is different. Older. Sharper. More tired. He talks about rising costs. Payments. Insurance. Repairs. Everything costs more. Everything feels harder. You listen quietly. You don't tell him your investments recently gained more than your annual contribution. You don't tell him your monthly expenses are low. You don't tell him you're sleeping well. You simply listen. Sometimes silence is kinder than advice. Months later, you meet him for lunch. His SUV is parked outside. Beautiful, expensive, impressive. As you walk toward the restaurant, you notice something. A scratch on the door, a dent near the bumper, a worried look on his face. For years you envied that vehicle. Now it just looks like another bill. The car is still the car. You are 34. A cold Tuesday morning. The Honda refuses to start. The mechanic examines it. He wipes his hands on a towel. He says, "Honestly, you've gotten everything out of this thing." You smile. You know he's right. The repair would cost more than the car is worth. You thank him. You leave. Walking home feels strange. Not sad. Not happy. Just finished. Like the final page of a book. That afternoon, you open your investment account. $387,000. You stare at the number. Not because it's huge. Because every dollar has a memory attached to it. The dealership you walked away from. The comments you ignored. The upgrades you skipped. The pressure you survived. The moments nobody saw. That evening you buy another used car. Cash. Nothing flashy. Nothing exciting. Just reliable. The salesman asks if you considered financing. You smile. You tell him no. On the drive home, the heater works. The radio works. The engine sounds perfect. The car does exactly what a car is supposed to do. And for the first time, you realize something. The story was never about vehicles. It was never about money. It was never about investing. The story was about identity. Most people spend years trying to look successful. A smaller group spends years becoming successful. The first group gets applause immediately. The second group gets freedom later. One feels better today. The other feels better for decades. The choice always looks small in the beginning. A payment, a purchase, a decision. But 10 years later, small decisions become entire lives. Maybe you're driving an old car. Maybe you're thinking about upgrading. Maybe you're wondering what people think when they see you. The truth is simple. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to think about you for very long. But your future will remember every decision you make, and one day, you'll look back and realize that the things you didn't buy changed your life more than the things you did. Drive safe.